Great to have you as our new president. And I heard a word repeated so often. You kept using the phrase "we." And I know that's the way that you think of this community.
Of course, it is a community when looking at all this forum, all these women coming together, this 1,400, and it's always magical, very emotional.
A record number this year, as a
record number, absolutely, yeah.
And this community, which represents such an esteemed community of women and men, representing communities from all over the world, has some special participants and some special celebrations. So Veronique and I have the opportunity now to introduce you to some particular participants, and in doing that, to celebrate a couple of anniversaries that the forum is happy to celebrate. One of them, a 5-year community anniversary of the Cartier Women's Initiative. This was launched in 2006, and it brings to the forum every year these remarkable entrepreneurs. This year from all 5 continents, they come here for the final judging and the award ceremony. Also this year, Rising Talents, which was launched that very same year, so another 5-year anniversary. This is a global program for up-and-coming women leaders in business, politics, academia, and civil society. I know that this is a very important issue for you on a personal basis, Veronique, women's entrepreneurship. And these programs have both been excellent examples.
It always has been a very sesame to this forum to add this entrepreneurial approach to it. It's a real added value. It's a way for women to win their independence, to be very proactive with their societies. And in this respect, Cartier's initiative has always been a key point, a major focus of our forum. And I think this initiative is always welcome. It has become a flagship. It's not only a single initiative, because now we have promotions and promotions of these young women entrepreneurs, and it's impressive to see the way they have developed their own business.
It's so impressive. For those of you who may not have followed the history of the 5 years, we want to share a bit of it to highlight how this particular entrepreneurial program has worked. So Cartier has kindly prepared for us a film celebrating their 5 years.
Program. Yeah, it's amazing. The best thing that ever happened in my life.
Welcome to the Cartier Women's Initiative Award.
In 2006, in association with the Women's Forum for the Economy and Society, together with McKinsey and INSEAD Business School, we launched the Cartier Women's Initiative Award to support, to encourage, and to accompany projects by women's entrepreneurs. 5 winners, 1 per continent, $20,000 coaching from Cartier, from McKinsey, and from INSEAD for 1 year.
These awards are unique for many reasons. The program is an 8-month-long business plan competition. We get really involved in the project. We continue to follow them for several years. In 5 years, we have supported through coaching a total of 78 finalist projects, among which 20 have been selected as laureates.
I had actually applied once, and I didn't make it then, and then applied again. It's been a long process, but it's also a process that shows you that this is not about one event in time that makes this happen. It's about, the whole experience along a number of months.
We are now well known everywhere. People are coming to me, to Bioessence, because they know about the Cartier Award.
Now that I have got approval, I know that I'm on the right track. I have got more energy to go over and over and make sure it reaches to the highest level it can ever reach.
Having, a support, which was the coach, was very, very important.
looking at financial figures, at the organizational structure, how it's managed, a whole bunch of different criteria which are really, really important because we do want these programs and organizations to succeed.
I must say, Veronique, that meeting the Cartier nominees who are here and then the final winners each year is one of the best parts of the forum. And I do urge each and every one of you to seek them out and to get to know these women entrepreneurs. And then the final judging takes place, and the ceremony will be held this Friday from 1900 to 2000 right here in this auditorium. So please don't miss that. And there's a gala reception as well, and that will honor the 2011 laureates and also the Brazilian delegation, which Veronique and I will tell you a little bit more about later. So now we want to tell you about another program and celebrate its 5 years as well. That is the program that's called Rising Talents. And we have some people who join us to tell us more about it. I want to welcome to the stage Evelyn Seven of Egon Zender and Armand Bordes, representing Virginie Bourgeon of Eurazia. These two companies have been the loyal partners behind Rising Talents, and these two women represent the executive leadership that has been committed to selecting Rising Talents each year. Please join us.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you all for being there so early. We have a French adage that says, "Le monde appartient à ceux qui se lèvent tôt," meaning the world belongs to those who wake up early. Today, I have the chance to speak to you because Virginie Morgon was not able to join us as she is about to give birth to her 4th child. She is an amazing woman, and I am very proud of speaking in her name. Eurazeo and Egon Zender International are happy to celebrate the 5th anniversary of the Rising Talents program, which our firms have jointly supported since 2008. An accomplished high-altitude archaeologist, the first woman to cross the North Atlantic and Pacific Oceans in a rowboat, critically acclaimed novelist from India, Turkey, and Australia, the CEO of a startup company, an advocate for democracy in Burma, the first female member of parliament in the United Arab Emirates. These are just a small sample of a nearly 80 inspiring young women who have been inducted into the Rising Talent program. Our aim is to identify and distinguish highly talented women who have the potential to become major figures in our economies and societies. Each year, up to 20 women are invited to attend the Deauville Global Meeting and join this community. They are selected according to the following criteria. They are aged 40 years or less. They have evidenced remarkable skills in their professional and personal lives. They come from all 5 continents and all walks of life. They represent a number of sectors and cover a broad range of fields, from business, science, politics, art, civil society. They share in common the courage and dedication to push their professional boundaries to the limit. These are the next generation of influential women. We owe it to them and to ourselves to meet them, be inspired by them, and share our collective wisdom with them. As such, the Rising Talent program not only embeds the values of the Women's Forum for Economy and Society, but lays the groundwork for successive generations to take part and shape the future. Our joint commitment to Rising Talent reflects our strongly held belief that the mentoring and nurturing of talent amongst women is vital. Daring is the theme for 2011. It will celebrate the energy and boldness of participants to the forum. This year, 16 of them have been selected, and in a few seconds, they will join us on stage. The contest is over with no individual award. Please welcome the 2011 nominees for the Rising Talent Program.
Thank you so very much. I have a feeling that we might be looking at the next CEO, president of a country, president of a new global NGO, Pulitzer Prize-winning authors. What an enormously impressive group of young women.
This is the diversity as we like it, and there is such a forethought of them. So I'm very pleased to have this opportunity to see them, and so I'll have a meeting with them later on. So I'm delighted and looking forward to it, because I think it's nice to have also their vision, their feedback from everything which happens.
I always find at the forum I learn more from the Cartier Women's Initiative finalists and the Rising Talents than probably anyone here.
Mm-hmm.
They have so much advice and counsel to offer us, but believe me, they're looking for yours. Those of us in the other generation, part of the experience for them is to be here with us, and so I urge you to seek them out, to find a way to speak with them individually about their work. Each year at the Forum, Veronique, we also welcome new delegations. And this year, it's our pleasure to introduce you to this year's special delegation from Brazil. There are more than 40 women here who are part of the Brazilian delegation, and I'm going to ask them now to join us on stage.
Yeah, it's the more ambitious ever of this delegation, and we are very proud because it's the year of Dilma Rousseff also, but it's the year of dynamism and optimism, so that's why we're so pleased to have you.
And when we look to that dynamism and to innovative solutions to today's challenges, we certainly look to Brazil. So may we invite the Brazilian delegation to the stage, please. And it looks as if all 40 of them got up this morning after their long flights. This is one of those picture-perfect moments, and as they are getting ready for their the official welcome, let me welcome to the stage someone who will speak on their behalf, a very special member of the delegation, Justice Ellen Gracie Norfleet. She's the first woman ever to have been appointed to the Federal Supreme Court of Brazil. She served from 2000 until this August, when she retired. You're way too young to retire, Justice Gracie. But I understand she joins us now to give us a message from the Brazilian community. Please welcome Justice Ellen Gracie Norfleet.
Thank you, Pat. Good morning, everybody. It is my great honor to speak on behalf of the Brazilian delegation to this 7th Women's Forum Global Meeting. Madame Morali, on vous dit que nous vous remercions beaucoup de votre accueil. To acknowledge the warm welcome we received and tell you how proud we are to represent our country in this year in which it has been distinguished as a focus of interest by the Forum. We also want to praise the organization of the event, their initiative and hard work in order to bring us all to this beautiful city of Deauville and organize such a well-thought agenda. The Brazilian delegation owes much to the efforts of Jean-Christian Agid. Merci, Jean-Christian. The group of professional women that we will meet in the following days will give you a glimpse of the status of women in Brazil. Scientists and folk singers, activists and professional medical doctors, artists and businesswomen. All these women will demonstrate how active we have been in the recent years when it comes to reducing poverty and to the empowerment of women. Needless to say, we recently elected our first female president. And I say first. There's still a long way to go, for the social and regional inequalities of the country still leave many of our sisters in destitute condition, subject to domestic violence, scant opportunities for development and education, lower wages, and informal activities. But the special condition of having our female population represented in each and every echelon of the gender advancement scale gives us a first-hand knowledge of very different realities and the necessary empathy to band together with women from all over the world and engage in their fights. We sincerely hope to contribute to the discussions and debates and to the advancement of new projects targeted to the well-being of humanity. The present economic turmoil will certainly bring along negative consequences to us all, and experience shows that in harsh times, women suffer more. So, what if all of us, participants of this forum, came along with serious recommendations on how to overcome the crisis with renewed solidarity among individuals and among countries? Thank you very much.
Excellent call to action. Thank you to the Brazilian delegation.
You will hear them and see them in various sessions. They are very proactive. You will see.
As they make their way back to their seats, I want to again encourage each of us to seek out the members of this special delegation, the Cartier Women's Initiative finalists, as well as the Rising Talent. These are the special delegations among us, and we would all benefit, as will they, from the personal exchanges that take place here during our time together. Also should remind you that each of these delegations have their own networking lunches today, which you'll find in the Women's Forum Dining Hall. That's on level 2. Those lunches begin at 13:30. So there you'll find the opportunity to speak with each of them informally and find out more about their work. So a final element for this opening plenary is something that I believe you referenced in your talk, Veronique, this new consultation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the CNBC Creative Solution, which is a first for the forum. I think it's very important that all the participants will be able, thanks to the expertise of the media through CNBC, but also skills of PwC, to experiment this offline-online consultation on actuality topics, many topics. So it's quite innovative, you will see, and I hope many of you will go through this because it's a very interesting, important experience of interactivity to building projects and reforms.
And to tell us a little more about it, here's a film.
Most gender equality conversations talk about opportunities for women, better pay for women, and empowerment for women. Isn't something missing? We invite you and your organization to talk about men. We want your thoughts on what women's empowerment means for men.
That's a complicated question. Surely there should be more women in positions of power. It might make the workplace in the city a little more friendly.
Suddenly the roles can change, and probably they can be afraid of this.
There's more competition for jobs. We don't get them automatically because we're blokes anymore, which is harder for the men and better for the women.
I think it's a very important thing to have a good cross-section and diversity of experience on any board.
We think we're a better company because we've got more women in our management ranks than when 20 years ago we probably didn't have any.
More females in the workplace, I think it can only be a positive thing.
I think it will be a good opportunity for men to step up the mark and prove that they are worth the jobs they're given.
I think the old boys network should be destroyed completely.
What will women's empowerment mean for men? the Women's Forum for the Economy and Society, PwC, and CNBC Creative Solutions have joined forces to launch our first ever interactive consultation to get your views.
You have the capacity to exchange, see how your fellows react, and then share until you come to very concrete propositions with the help of the three big experts, CNBC and PwC, guiding the participants in all their comments and thinkings.
We've got a great venue here where we're bringing different groups of people together by engaging men into this conversation and broadening the debate, broadening the discussion. And this might be the key question that will bring more choices to men and women around the world.
What will women's empowerment mean for men? Now we want to hear from you. Come to our Discovery Corner to have your say in person, on camera, by tweeting #WF11, online at womeninbusiness.cnbc.com, and by inviting your friends and colleagues to join in online so the ideas spread. The results will be used to inform and inspire a web documentary screened at www.pwc.com/Women in November. Make a difference and have your say.
Great community of expertise can really have the world move in the right direction. This is the essence of the forum. You are together, you are a vast international community of women who come together to just exchange.
What will women's empowerment mean for men? Come and have your say.
Well, I'm looking very much forward to seeing what the response is to that question.
It will be interesting and fun in the same time.
Well, we know that women's empowerment means good business, good government, and it certainly means a good community of women and men gathered here. So we urge you to participate in this consultation. I think you're going to present some preliminary findings on Saturday morning?
Yes, there will be some restitution about what had been said, so I look forward to it.
Well, with that open conversation, one very important to our future, I think it's time, Veronique, for you to officially open the 2011 Women's Forum.
So, my dear friends, I don't know, maybe I thought I had already opened this forum. So, but I will do it with pleasure another time. So I declare officially this forum opened.
So we're going to transition directly into the first session. So I hope you have had enough coffee to stay with us for a little while longer, because we have some exceptional women to introduce you to. And if you notice, some of the overall themes that are being developed this week really are around the what ifs. You know, what if we went this direction, or if we pursued that approach or that solution? And one of the ways that we've always learned the best way forward it's been through the stories that we share with each other, the stories that we pass from generation to generation. So for this essential work, someone has said that our stories, the stories that we learn and that we pass along, are in every culture a kind of secular prayer. They're the ways in which we inspire each other, inform each other, comfort each other, and move forward together. So this morning we have some exceptional storytellers. Some of them tell their stories through film. One tells her story through the images of photographs. One tells her stories through other women's stories. But all of them are a part of this forum's theme of imagination, innovation, connectivity, challenge. We begin with the challenges, and then through our imagination, we come up with new and important solutions forward. So the four women we're going to meet in this morning's session: Catherine Hall, Catherine Hall Trujillo, who is founder of the Birthing Project USA; Yamina Bengugai, documentary filmmaker, deputy mayor of Paris, in charge of human rights and the fight against discrimination. Yuzan Palsy, film director, writer, producer from Martinique and Paris. And Rinko Kawauchi, a remarkable photographer from Japan. I'm going to move over to our interview set to interview Catherine, Yamina, and Yuzan. We'll be showing you some of their work as well. And then after which, Rinko will take the stage to present to all of us a remarkable photo reportage from her home country. So now I'm going to sit over there, and I'm going to ask Yamina and Catherine and Yuzan to join me there. Thank you for staying with us for the opening session of the forum.